Hello, I'm Nicole and welcome to another edition of Nicole's Test Kitchen Craft Edition. Today we're doing 3D pop-up cards. You'll see that I am being compliant with the health order, but since I'm in a room by myself, I'm gonna leave my mask down so you can hear me. So today's craft is 3D or pop-up cards. It was inspired by the website Red Ted Art, and I've posted the link in the description. And today we're going to be doing the flower garden. So here's what we'll need. 2 sheets of paper. The best probably if you had card paper, cardstock, or you can use construction paper. Right now they're the same size, but I'm going to be cutting one to fit inside the card. I also need some glue, so I have tacky glue and a glue stick, a pen, some cardboard, and scrap paper to cut out your images or your flowers. I've already pre-cut mine because it takes me a little bit of extra time. You can freehand draw your flower gardens, but I'm not that great at freehand drawing, so I have some cutters, some punches, hole punches that are in different shapes, plus I use stencils that I had, so I can do a variety of different shapes. And so, let's get started. So first I'm going to cut down my green paper. This is going to be my garden. So I'm just cutting it down so that it will fit inside my blue paper. So the easiest way to do it, I'm just going to free cut it. However, if you want to be more precise, you can, draw on the card with your pen or your pencil to help you with the lines. So I'm leaving about maybe a ½ an inch or so. I just want to make sure that the green portion fits inside the blue card, and that when we fold it, none of the pop-ups or pop-outs will go outside the blue line or the blue card. So I'm just gonna eyeball this, and oh, oops, I forgot you also need scissors. So I'm just cutting. So also be careful not to cut the card. All right, so we've got the green paper and it will fit inside the blue card. So right now I'm going to fold in half the blue card. Okay, so this will be the outside of the card. And then I'm going to fold our inside. Just fold it in half. So I'm just gonna test it, open it, and make sure I have enough room. And this is what it will look like. I may even also, decide to cut some of the top up so some of the blue card will show in the back as the sky. But before I do that, in order to make our pop-ups, you just need to cut slits in the paper. So make sure it's folded, and you want to only go probably about halfway up, because you want to make sure when it's folded that nothing sticks out of the edge. So I had to do quite a few practice runs to make sure that didn't happen. Anyway, we'll start with 2 slits on one side and then 2 slits on the other side. So I leave about a ½ an inch for the border. So I'm going to cut 2 slits. And it will be kind of hard to see. You just kind of have to do it by eye. I had to like I said, I had to do several practice runs. So 2 slits on one side, and then I'm going to do 2 slits on the other side, trying to be about equal. I didn't leave quite as much as a border, but that's okay. And oops. It's actually a little bit harder. My glasses are really for seeing at a distance, so doing close-up work with my glasses on is a little hard because I can't see it that well. But I didn't want to have to like take my glasses on and off. So I did the 2 slits on each of the sides, and now I'm going to do some couple more in the middle. And the number just depends on, you know, how many stems or how many pop-ups you want. So I'm just going to do a couple more. And kind of varying sizes so you can see what it looks like. And then a little one a little longer. So there I have a bunch of slits, you can see closely. And so what you're going to do is you're going to fold them up. So just fold them up pretty much every other. Hold this tight. You can see what I'm doing. So fold them down, tight, 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 so you get that crease. You see them, they're all folded up. And then you go ahead and you open it. Open the card, so you'll, oops, a little sticky. And then, so it's flat, but then you're going to pull them out the other side. So all the ones that you folded over, you're going to pull them out on the other side. You can see what that looks like. Oops. Sometimes it's a little tricky, and if you've got bigger hands like I do, it can be a little difficult to get them pulled out. But let me just get them all pulled out first. And kind of straighten them up, and then kind of crease them so that, you know, they'll stand up. Oops. I'm trying to show you and do it at the same time. Not always easy. Okay, so I'm kind of folding them over, and then I'm folding it back. Flatten it, going really tight. And then when you open it, they'll be standing up. Kind of give you a side view so you can see them standing up, the front view, and the other side view. And then you can glue them into your other card. As I mentioned before, I can do a little shape at the top to, you know, just give some added dimension, or just some different kind of flair. Or you could just leave it as is, all dependent on what you want to do. So I just kind of cut off a little bit of the top, and then I will glue it into the card. So for this, I'm using the glue stick because it will be easy to easier to do it faster and get it all across. Make sure that you put glue down the sides that will stick on the insides. And I'm going to quickly do both sides here. And yeah, try not to lay it down and have it stick. So I've done this a variety of ways. I've stuck down one side first and then glued the other side. Whatever works best for you. All right, so now I'm going to stick it into the card and just stamp it down. Try to get as many as flat as possible. Get all the edges. I just realized I put it upside down. So I am going to have to switch it around. Make sure you don't put it upside down like I did. I didn't look very carefully. All right, let's try this again. Oh, let me try a new card. Always have extras. If you do something boneheaded like I just did. Oops. Well, it wouldn't be Nicole's Test Kitchen if there wasn't some kind of pop up or bobble up. All right, I'm just gonna close it, and so I try to get both ends down. Okay, so that's basically, and then you want to make sure you have glue all the ends down. I have another one that I'm gonna start working from. So this is was to show you how to put the two cards together and have the 3D effect. So I'm gonna put this aside and actually move to the one that's in progress, because for me, gluing the attached flowers and whatnot is a slow process. So I wanted you to see one that was, close to completion. So I'm moving it out, and this is the one that's in progress. I've added a sun and a couple of flowers already. And so I'm going to add, to this card, I'm going to add a bunny rabbit and a butterfly, actually two butterflies. One I've tried to kind of create a monarch butterfly, and then some additional flowers. Now, as you notice, some of these look a little too perfect. I did not freehand these other additions. I used stencils, and I used hole punch. We have hole punches that cut out flowers like this, because I cannot freehand draw. So I thought if I wanted to show you something other than stick drawings, then I'd better use these. And now also I wanted to show you a trick that I learned from Red Head Art to make the 3D effect, and that is to use cardboard, or if you have any foam board or anything, you just cut out little pieces of cardboard and you attach them to the back of your little cutouts. Can you see that here? So that will do is that will pop it out a little bit. And you can tell I have a couple of the rows, so I'll probably have to get this really close so you can actually see. But my rose here is actually on a, using that cardboard 3D effect. So let me just add on the rest of the effects to show you how I'm doing it. And I guess I had to do a little bit of pre-planning because it took me hours to figure out the configuration. And of course, things always change. But and I had to switch to a tacky glue because some of these were too small for me to use the glue stick. So let me attach these. And some people watching out there might want to hide their eyes at the finished product. Hint, hint, because someone might be getting this card in the mail for, there's an upcoming holiday in May. All right, so I stuck my butterfly on, one butterfly, and now I'll stick my other purple butterfly. I kind of have to go up close. And I have to tell you, cutting out these little images is a little bit difficult for someone who's a little fumble-fingered. So that's why I decided not to do it in front of you. Okay, and then I have another flower. And to tell you the truth, I was actually just going to stick the flowers right onto the stems, but I was having difficulty with their sizes. And you can see what's going on. Having difficulty with their sizes, and I kept running into, they were running into each other. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll add that little 3D effect so that they're a little bit separated from each other, and I could actually stick them on. Oops. Okay, well, let's make sure it stays. Some of those inside bits, probably should have tried to do that first, the inside bits, so that it could be easily, but it's lucky enough that you can see kind of right through it that even my big fingers can fit in to kind of push some of these down. Kind of running into each other, but that's all right. There's a 3D effect. So then I'm going to add my last addition, which is my pink bunny rabbit. And not traditional colors for bunny rabbits, but as you can tell by my outfit and my choice of apron, I do like a lot of color. So I'm going to put in my last bit right now. And if I could figure, let's see. He's going to kind of go at the side. Oh, there we go. And so here is my card. Give it a little extra drying time because I want to show you it closed. So I'm going to close it. Hopefully they all will stick. I'm not going to close it tight because I don't want it still drying. So I'm closing it up. And then you can open it up. And there is your 3D garden. So when you're, putting it in the envelope, you may want to also decorate your envelope with flowers. You can also, decorate the front of your card. So let me show you an example that I made earlier that it was my colleague Julie's birthday on past Sunday. And so I made her a birthday card. And so this is the card. If you see really closely, we had a lion stencil. So that's the cover of the card. And then on the inside, here it is. And I kind of had some other stencils. So it says, be bold, be brave, be you. And then this says, happy birthday, Julie. And then this is a hot air balloon. And I added some additional little black kitty because she likes kitties. And some flowers and some other things. But so this is kind of another version of the pop-up card. When you're looking at Red Ted Art, she's got a variety, and she has a variety of holiday cards. So she did a Christmas card with the two pop-ups, one with a snowman and one with a Christmas tree. So that's really cute. So a lot of fun different pop-up cards through Red Ted Art. And so also with Red Ted Art, I believe she's British, so she's going to be using sizes of paper that you may not be familiar with. Like she'll be saying A5 or A6. Usually she has the other, she puts the other measurement in centimeters, so you can just look at a ruler and see, what the sizes are. These cards, the paper I used was a 5x7 card that I had already pre-ordered from a store to make greeting cards. But again, you can use any type of paper, construction paper, cardstock, whatever you have available at home. The thicker is a little bit better because it does hold up a little more. But anyway, thank you for watching this video and doing the pop-up cards. Again, if you make the craft, please send me photos. Please send me photos. I would love to add them to our quarantine anthology. Again, if you're listening, if you have a poem that you've written or a little story or photos from the quarantine, please send them in to the Willits Library. You can send them through the Facebook page or you can email them to me. And my email is bird, as in the animal, BIRDN, as in Nicole, at mendocinocounty.org. Anyway, we want to compile a bunch of things for our quarantine journal. You don't want just pictures of us here. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I hope you're enjoying these videos. Again, if you have any craft ideas, please send them in. Make sure they need to be as simple as possible, because I'm a beginner crafter. I hope you have a great day. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do for next week, but we'll see. Thank you so much. And happy Friday and happy May Day.